show. This is an experience. I am Amiri Pettis.
I'm Auntie Shay.
I'm Maya Sims.
And I'm HD.
Y'all ready to talk about it?
Let's
talk about it.
All right. So we just came off a pretty good homecoming. How was homecoming for you guys?
Eventful.
Eventful.
Very good, fun.
I ain't gonna lie, I give it like a 3 out of 10. If we being for real.
That's real. That's real.
That's
I'm kind of the same way. I think I could have enjoyed myself a little bit more on Saturday, but I think for the most part, I was okay with homecoming week. I feel like I don't know, something about the campus wasn't like homecoming.
It was very organized to me. Like I feel like homecoming was kind of thrown together really quickly. It wasn't promoted. I'm a student at Purview, and I didn't know about a lot of stuff going on. Normally, homecoming there's something to do every day.
Every day,
not just like
during
parties,
the day,
events, things to play, and it was just like nothing.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people. This is my first homecoming, so it was a lot more than I expected. I was like, these are not all, obviously there's not all students, but alumni, but it's like, I feel like there's just a mix of other schools in there too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Man, I mean, for the most part, I feel like the tailgate, everything, it was cool.
That was.
But walking around, man, I was tired. And then parking, we couldn't park nowhere.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Especially for me, because I'm out campus. So it's like they sent us an email saying they was going to charge us $35 to park anywhere on campus. I'm like,
What?
but
And
still,
y'all already paid for parking though, right?
I don't pay for parking, I'm just saying. But still, if we go to the school, I feel like we should be accessing free parking, especially
Yeah.
when homecoming.
Exactly.
I feel the same thing for the football. Like getting inside the game was like really hard. Like there was just a whole bunch of lines, and I'm just like, man, like we're students, and we couldn't even just show our ID. We had to get our ticket. I was like, and then it would like make you wait. I'm like, no, just I'm a student here.
Right. And the service.
Yeah.
Man.
The service was terrible. You
Yeah.
can't call, you can't text. Oh my goodness. Don't lose a friend or
Please,
family member.
child.
You're done for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I will be implementing the walkie-talkie thing because I don't got time for my phone to be dead, and I don't have time to be trying to call you and you're not answering.
Yeah.
That was too much. That was too much. But I'll say for the most part, I didn't mind the walking. Like I was like, you know what, it's okay. Especially since we were able to walk through that field because I live in the View, so like that field that's like in between that road going like what's that, Ann Preston, and it's not Ann Preston. It's whatever, and the University Drive, that whole grassway was open. I said, Lord Jesus, thank you, because if I had to go all the way around, I wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah.
I was gonna make it.
Did y'all see all the things that were happening during homecoming? Like
Yes.
the fights and
Yeah.
did you see the girl that was getting the eggplant shoved down her throat?
Let's actually start there. Let's start there. I don't even think she was a PV student. If she was,
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you, but I get why they do stuff like that. And if there was a monetary prize, I mean, when you're under the influence and somebody's offering money, you kind of would just do whatever.
Yeah, but where's her friends? So her friends thought that was cute and okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't let my friends get up on stage and embarrass themselves, especially if they're under the influence.
Get them.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as a parent, like, just say for instance, if their parents on Twitter and they saw that video, like my daughter, bro, we're not doing it.
Yeah,
That's okay. You can go ahead and transfer.
We got shut down.
Right.
But she's grown. Can you really tell someone that's
But
grown
at the
what they
same
can and
time,
cannot
it's
do?
like, why are you doing this?
Right.
It's an eggplant.
But
And-
even just the entertainment of it, it was like, people like making out on stage and like, like
I support.
it was just like, it was just like, okay. But when you think about like the theme of the parties, like the title kind of gives what the vibe is going to be. Like,
It depends on the one. I think like I don't know. There's got to be a line, and I think the eggplant kind of did it for me because it was the shoving, like
No, he was forcing it.
it was.
But y'all also got to notice that she had the beads on her around her neck, and like at those type of parties, if you get beads, you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna go into further details.
That
That's
is true.
true.
That is true. So from that, I know that there were also, like we said, fights that happened, and I don't know if the people went to what they call it, Walla County Jail. Walla County Jail. I don't know if they went there, but it was probably too many people to try and bring in. But I think that was like a big hindrance to the fun that we were able to have. Because I know I went to one party and it was like it was gone. It was like we got there, we were there for maybe 30 to 45 minutes. Police rolled up. We didn't see what was happening, but once the police started rolling up, my friend said, "It's time to go." I said, "Okay." But like, did you guys see anything like that when you guys were out?
Oh, we've seen a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
fights. Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
I would say for fights, I say keep your hands to yourself because you don't know who you are putting your hands on, and like it can't be that serious. Especially if you're intoxicated, like it could like bring a whole bunch of drama. So keep your hands to yourself because you don't know who you coming across.
Speaking of seriousness, I don't think the situation was never that serious to get ran over with a car.
Yeah,
That's
I
what's,
did. That was crazy.
I feel like they was ready to go. I don't even feel like they were even a part of it. I think they was
Yeah.
just like,
I
But at
think.
the same time, it's like
yeah,
I understand you're ready to go, but it's like, come on.
yeah,
Well,
it
let's
was a little
talk about it.
ridiculous.
We literally just seen a video and someone got hit, during a fight, and we were just like, dang.
yeah,
Why are we so desensitized to seeing something traumatic like that? Because I tried to show the same video to my professor, and she was like, "Oh no, I can't, I
Yeah.
don't." But we seen it, and we're just like, "Oh, let me see, let me see."
yeah,
Why do we want to see someone getting jumped?
yeah.
Why do we want to see someone get hit by a car? Why are we watching someone get an eggplant shoved in their throat? Like, what is that? Why does our generation thrive off of violence?
Mm.
I think
I
it's
would say,
okay.
oh, you go
sorry.
ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
I would say it could be from like the environment you grew up in, because a lot of times it's like we grow up seeing a lot of violence, so we get immune to it. And then, so it's like,
That's like
and I feel like at PV, for more so, I feel like it's more so that people see like violence as like amusement, and they want to like, oh man, like me personally, I love to see like what happens. Like I'm not a person that I don't like to see violence, but I also want to know what's going on. I don't want to be just confused and be like,
that's real. I think for me, and actually, you brought up a good point in terms of like how we grew up, and I think that um, a lot of what we consume like
Yeah.
on the daily, especially like even if it's just TV shows and stuff like that, like death has become like a big like theme in a lot of it, and so people they artistically explore the ways that goes about, and that could honestly, I think the more we see it, like you said, we get desensitized to it, and we get to the point where it's like, okay, it's just another person, and then we're never desensitized. We're always desensitized until it happens to us, and then all of a sudden we're like, okay, this is serious.
Yeah.
Right.
So I know you had something to add as well.
Just yeah, I think those are both really good points. Like the fact that it's implemented in our everyday, what we hear, what we see, kind of what we're around, who we're around, and things like that. So I think that is a part of it. And yeah, when it does happen to us, I feel like it's like, oh, help me, but then everyone's like, oh well, this has happened, and they're not really taking consideration or have that compassion.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is really happening to this
Right.
person.
Like you're ready to hurry up and pull out your phone, but like if someone's getting jumped, why are you recording? Why are you not trying to stop or ask for help? You're just going to sit there and watch and record.
I hear what you're saying about
But-
about why you're not stopping, but when people see you like trying to break up a fight, they're gonna think that you're engaged in the fight, and they're gonna start hitting on you, dude.
So
That is
not trying to get help, so
jumped
you rather just record and watch
Right.
the person, especially if they're by themselves.
Right.
Because if someone's getting jumped, their friends aren't around most of the time.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm not finna just go, hey, y'all stop, because they're gonna start swinging on me, then I'm be getting jumped, then boom.
Because my friend actually, she said she was like by a fight, and she tried to tell the girl like, hey, girl, it's not worth it. Why the friend say back up? I said, okay, well, that's like, and I think like honestly, because people are like if you are even in the vicinity around somebody and they think you trying to get in it, even if you're trying to stop it, you're probably gonna put yourself in danger.
Yeah.
And now I don't know why people are recording, but like I feel like it's like people kind of put it like as part of the party experience or part of the homecoming experience. But like I think that in itself is like part of the problem is that like we've become like these things are like natural to us now, and it's like I don't want to say natural, but it's just like it's not something that we bat an eye to.
Yeah.
And with that, I know that there was a really big event that happened, the PB Trail Ride, the shooting that happened there. I actually had a friend who was affected by that. She's okay, thank God, but it was just like after so much that goes on in your life, it's like when you hear something, especially from your friend, like it starts to like really like frighten me. Like even when I heard that she was even like affected or there, like I was just like, is this like, are we stopping here? Like what's gonna be the part where we start like saying like, no, these events aren't gonna happen anymore,
Right.
or can we even control these things from happening?
And that's what maybe more security is the solution, or I don't know, patting people down. But again, that's thousands of people with
Right.
barely any security. So like realistically, can you check every single person that walks into the party?
Yeah.
Because I know when I went to the trail ride, I just walked in. Nobody was checking me or nothing.
Oh, wow.
So, and that happened a lot of people
That's
just
the
walked in.
problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely a problem.
Because when I got to the trail ride, they patted me down, but there was like a tree. I don't know if you guys had it. Had like all of the like mace, mace, but mine was on my keys, and
So they can take it.
no, they just didn't. They were just like, okay, boop.
They say they better,
So I was like,
you need to
oh,
be able to
maybe this is
protect
not good
yourself.
enough, I
Yeah.
guess. But there was other ones that had, have been hung up. So I was kind of confused. I was like, that's kind of like, is the same case for guns or what? Because there was a lot carry.
Yeah.
It's a couple carry.
And I'm gonna say about our parties, it's never PV students. It's always
That's right.
outsiders.
Yeah.
It goes back to like last year when we had the Southern meet. A girl got killed, and it wasn't from a PV student, from a Southern student. And that falls back to like the trail ride. It's like, it always falls back to like to PV. Oh, PV is just a bad place to be. But when it's just a PV event only, there's never no harm. It's always good vibes and thing. But when outsiders come, that's when you see all these fights and people getting hit. I'm just saying.
We know how to have a good time for sure.
Yeah.
So should PV just, as far as homecoming and Spring Fest, should they just be catered strictly to PV students only?
That's a good question.
Like, do we even include alumni at that point? Because alumni be turning up too, you know? So we can't just say like outsiders like TSU or Sam Houston or whatever. If we're not going to let people come, it just has to be fair across, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody. Or is homecoming supposed to stop altogether?
No, I'm not saying it's supposed to stop, but I would say like they could just implement more like security. Because I mean the alumni, they were doing their own thing. It wasn't really no altercations that I really just encountered from seeing like the alumni or anything. So I would just feel like they could just be more aware, like around like the area, like the tailgate area. They could have more security. You know what I'm saying? Just implement more security.
I think like, because that's the thing, the homecoming is for alumni, and that's like the sucky part is because it's for alumni, there's already gonna be thousands and thousands of people here, and you've also got people like PV is legendary. Like PV has history beyond probably any of our scopes of imagination. So there's people coming who just know the history or just know that PV is a good time, and it's so hard to differentiate between the people who are dangerous and the people who are safe. And while everybody else may seem safe, it's that one person. It only takes one or two people and you can completely ruin an experience. And I feel like half of our experience was either we couldn't get in a party, we got in the party, it got shut down, we got in a party, there was a shooting, or there was a whole bunch of fights. I don't want to see like this happen. And it's so hard because it's like, it feels like it's always us. It's always got to be like the Black community that's like getting in these types of things. But this is also, it's like we can't escape it because it's kind of where, I don't want to say it's where we came from, but it's like it's been a part of us for so long. Not even just violence, but just all of the things we have to do just to survive.
Yeah.
So why is that? Why isn't that Black people can't have fun without problems happening? Why can't we just have fun? You don't hear about all these shootings at Sam Houston or Texas A&M. You're not hearing about these blowout fights that are happening. Why is it just at HBCUs and Black schools?
Yeah.
I think because I think about the same thing, but when I think about schools that are like PWIs, they might not have like shootouts, but they be having like things about like, sexual charges that go against them. So it's like a different type of violence, right? I think the issue is maybe the alcohol consumption and like having that capacity of like, oh, maybe I'm too lit or I'm about to, you know what I mean? So I think that, I just think that. That's what I think. I don't know.
No, I don't have anything, but I feel like it's time for us to take just a little small commercial break. And we'll be right back.
Don't get too lit. We're going to be back in a second.
I think.
So, just the other day, Lori Harvey and Damson Idris called it quits. How are we feeling? I know you and Lori had some connection back in the
Yeah.
day.
Back in my time. But I honestly, I see the pattern that she's doing. I feel like the dude at that time that has the most clout, I feel like she tends to like go to them. Cause like back in the Black Panther era, that's when she started talking to Michael B. Jordan. And then when she started talking to him, it was during his Snowfall era. So I feel like I see the pattern that's going on. I don't know who's next. It could be me, but
Hey,
It could be.
okay.
But all pimping aside, like she really be pulling them.
Okay.
She know how to choose them.
She be
I mean, she
doing
look
her
good.
thing. But also she's young. She's dating. We can't assume that.
Right.
She's sleeping with everyone. Like everyone wants to call her all these names, but like she's dating and she's doing what we're doing, but on a bigger level. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
She's just the most eligible bachelorette. That's
Yeah.
all. And honestly, and like you said, since she was living in my car, just kidding. So I have a little list of everybody she's dated since 2018. She was, I'm gonna go backwards. So Damson, of course, just happened,
Fine.
and since he's available, hit me up. I'm, and then Michael B. Jordan was 2020 to 2022.
I'll marry him.
Future was 2019 to
That was a
2020.
risk. That was a risk.
That was a risk.
She was
but
rolling
listen,
dice.
she did not get pregnant, which means she won at the end of the day.
Okay.
That just means she won.
Go ahead, finish.
And then Diddy, I didn't get a date for it, but it's between. I think it was probably. I feel like she probably just had a little
Did
fun.
she date him and
the
her
son?
son?
Yeah, but
Or was they not?
I feel like both of those were like little brief stints she did, and I think also whenever we see somebody with her, we're like, oh, they messing around, or they could literally just be friends or just be having fun. You don't remember that. And then, but I think she did actually date Diddy. And then Trey Songz, I did not know this, was 2018 to 2019.
Ooh, girl, you got that.
Right.
Okay. I'm
Glad
trying
you
to get.
escaped.
What are you drinking, Lori Harvey? Okay, let me know what's tea. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Steve Harvey jeans. And then she was actually engaged in 26. Well, to his name is Memphis Depay, I think, and that was 2016 to 2018. So I think they got like engaged in that last year.
Yeah.
And so speaking of these patterns that we're talking about, I just feel like it's kind of the opposite. I feel like whoever is popping is gonna go for Lori Harvey. That's how I feel. I feel like Lori is the most eligible bachelorette. So like if you see that she's available, you gotta be the one to hop on it.
I also feel like Lori is very smart. I feel like she puts herself in places to be in front of these men. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're just finding her, just coming up to her. I think she's purposely being at whatever event that's going on
Yes.
to pick her choice. Women are very calculated. And I feel like with Lori, I think that's what it is. I don't think she's dating someone just to date them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
for
there's
sure.
so many celebrities in the world, but you just like you said,
It's
so
like, it's
happen to be
odd,
with the
yeah.
person who got that movie coming out right now or whatever. I don't know. I be thinking about it.
Maybe Future has something to do with it. Maybe.
No, literally.
Now
you
she's
could
moving
start
in a
to-
cycle now
Like,
because the
she-
future.
Every time she dates someone, I'm like, when does the trial run in? Because that's what it gives.
I know
Like
Steve
after
don't
that
approve.
year mark,
Steve don't approve of that.
I think it's not just her, but like most celebrities. Because I think about Ariana Grande, even her. Like she be married and she be dating, and it's just like, okay, you know, like.
Ari.
And I think that they are young, but they
Yeah.
also have careers. You know what I mean? These are like successful women. So it's like maybe they're like, okay, I don't have to have you. I can have you. I might like you, but you know, it's
I
like
think
that.
Ariana Grande should stop getting married because she like I don't know her sign, but I just feel like whatever she is, she just be getting bored. I don't know if it's a boredom thing, but like she started dating someone like probably before they officially announced that they were getting divorced. She was already dating somebody else, and then like even when she was with Pete Davidson, that was a little bit different because I know she was with Pete Davidson, and then Mac died, and it was like a whole thing because Mac was really important to her. Like
Yeah.
the whole album after. Excuse me, I'm not an Arianator, but hit my mic. I'm not an Arianator, but I do have a lot of her music on there, so I've been kind of following the journey,
Yeah.
and I see where she was. I thought her husband that she just got divorced with. I thought that was the one
Yeah.
because he wasn't even in entertainment for real. So it was like I don't think that she would have had the same problem she might have had with somebody else.
Yeah.
But in addition to them breaking up, on the better news, Nelly and Ashanti
Okay.
are back together.
I love that.
You know, these are two staples, household staples, have been in our lives probably before I was born. I was born in 2002. So, how do you guys feel about them getting back together?
I love that for them. And that man has not shut his mouth since. He been
Well,
cheesing ear to ear. Ashanti been cheesing ear to ear. They've been dancing like you can see the love and happiness
Yeah.
just through pictures. And you don't see that genuine connection between people anymore. So I think it's actually refreshing and how low-key they split the block on each other.
Yeah.
You see how that worked out. So if we're spinning the block, is that a sign to like spin the block?
Nah.
Or
Oh.
or
I ain't spending on nobody, but
It
you know
depends
what
on what happened on the block. I feel
Yeah.
like what is it? Was it cheating? Like, or was it just like it wasn't right time? Wasn't right? I can't do this. What do you guys think?
Right.
Like,
I think, yeah, I think, it depends on whether the block is it's a little toe up.
yeah.
Is it a little bumpy on the road? Like, was it a smooth road? Like, how are we getting there? Like, I think it's got to happen by chance. Like, if I'm spinning a block with anybody, like, I just gotta, it's either that or I really, really loved you and
Yeah.
I probably didn't want to let you go anyways. And maybe now that we're at a better place,
yeah.
Yeah.
we can be back on that block again.
And I could say timing.
Timing
I
is
can say
important.
you can be somebody that feel like they're your soulmate, but you don't notice that till like a different time, and you like,
Yeah.
dang, I should have, kept that one in my pocket or something.
Speaking of timing, so say you go with someone, then you spin the block again. It's not the right time again. At that point, are you going to spin the block a third time, or is that just a sign like to stop?
That's
I
good.
play basketball, so shooters gonna keep shooting. We
Wow.
gonna make
So
it.
you on to the next one?
Nah, we gonna
Oh, you
keep
gonna-
spinning. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a little off nights, but one
But-
day you gonna hit.
Isn't that toxic though?
I'm toxic. I'm all for
Oh,
See, now
toxic.
you're talking about
Harvey,
future.
you know
No,
now.
no, you need it. Okay, that's your man.
Toxic brings like excitement to the relationship. Like it, you know what I'm saying? It should be a little dead. Cause like when it's too good to be true, when a relationship too good to be true, it's like it's always something going on. But when it's a little toxic in there, that means, you know what I'm saying? Y'all love each other for real.
What is toxic? Like,
So like this is a play. This is like a playful toxic. Is this like a?
What's a playful time?
yeah, like
I don't
explain
know.
these
No,
terms.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just getting back to the topic. I don't want to go into too
I
much
mean,
detail.
no, this is good though, because I'm thinking like there's been some people that I've seen, and I'm like, that person is always happy. They always seem to like,
Too good to be true.
yeah, and then like you find out they got all types of stuff going on behind closed doors. So like, what's the line? Where do we go? We're like a good relationship. Well, how toxic can we get before it's too much?
I would say like the too much part of toxic is like when it starts to become physical. Cause me, I don't put my hands on females. But like if a female putting her hands on me, bro, I can't keep dealing with it. I'm not gonna keep, keep getting beat. I'm not gonna put myself in a situation to get beat. When I mean like toxic, it's like I don't even know how to really describe it, cause like
Do you have like
You're
actions that you?
like,
it's
what-
like actions that you do.
What's an example? I need to know.
So like
To get the
okay,
playbook.
I need to know.
okay, so I can say one of my toxic traits, like just say if we into it with each other, I'm not arguing with you on the phone. We're gonna talk about it in person. And you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're gonna be fine.
You hang up on the girls you talk to?
Nah, we don't hang.
'Cause I
We
feel
finna talk
like
in
that's-
person. We're gonna
No,
pull up on
yeah,
you
you-
and talk in person.
So you want to talk in person so you don't have to talk for real.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna do some talking. We're gonna be talking.
Do you think you have any toxic traits?
I do. If I feel disrespected, I sometimes feel the need to disrespect back. That's not a good trait. It's really not.
Clean
Because
petty, it's okay.
and you know what I'm saying? But if someone it's just a natural reaction. If I feel like you trying to play games, you're funny, I'm hilarious. That's what it is. Everybody has a toxic trait. Everybody has a trait that is not good, that they don't like. It happens, and that is just one of mine.
Oh,
I don't know if people are like they want toxic so called, or do they want challenge? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I want to challenge. Like, oh, I just don't
So
want
I'ma
to say
just
yes
try
all the
real
time.
quick.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Because I feel like when you're like, oh, I just like the troubles or
Mhm.
whatever, it comes with like every relationship is gonna come with trials, okay? And if it's not, y'all not really in a relationship. So, because that's how you grow, right? So it's like, oh, I like the challenge, but to say toxic, no.
I think I get what you mean. Like, a lot of women like when a man is aggressive, right?
Yeah.
But there's like what is the line in aggressive? You want them to be aggressive when they're talking to you. You want a man to lead you.
It's
I
like
say
they-
assertiveness, not aggressiveness.
assertiveness.
I
And
feel
I
like
think
as a man, it's not necessarily like aggressive to the point where it's like you fear us, but it's like you take control. Like you the dominant one in a relationship, not letting your female run over you. Because when dudes let females run over you,
And they will. A woman will. You
that's what
let
I'm
it,
saying.
she will.
That's when they lose in a relationship. That's why, like, I don't, so I'm just.
I feel like it could be an ick though, because I feel like if someone's like, "Oh, I'm an aggressive alpha man," it's like, no, you're not.
Right.
You know, Jill Scott, she was like, if you can tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. And she's from Philly, so.
That's real. That's real. I don't think. Well, what's my top 10?
Yeah, I know. Come on. Don't play. I know you got
No, I think I'm an overthinker. So like, if something happens and you're not like communicating to me or something like that, or literally anything, like if you don't respond in the way that I want you to respond, I'm gonna be like, oh my God, they actually hate me. So, and I'm gonna feel like y'all hate us because we're about to go to commercial break. Right, and we are back. We are ready to close. I think we talked about a lot of good topics today. First and foremost, I want to remind you guys all to please stay safe. Please drink responsibly, intake all consumables responsibly. But I'll say I was proud of the people because they had some really good fits. But I'm looking at us, and I know we all look real good today. So can we get a little fit check? Like, what's going on right here? What's going on right here, man? We got this. Like, come on.
HD Teddy.
I ain't really doing it.
okay.
I ain't really doing it.
You're doing.
Giving Build-A-Bear.
I just got the
Okay.
little,
You know what I'm
Love
saying?
that.
A little cozy jacket on with some cargo, you know what I'm saying? With some
cargo's fire.
with some just dunks, you know what I'm saying? I'm just chilling today, you know.
Where you get this? Where you get this hoodie from?
Sheen.
That's
I
real.
actually
That's
love that.
real. That's so real. That's so real. Well, I'm gonna stand up because I've been really excited about.
Come on now.
I've been really excited about.
I wish
this.
y'all could
love
see
the
the shoes.
brown. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, for
y'all need
real.
to,
Sitting down.
like, I don't know if you can see them under the under the table, but these are really good shoes. Like, but nah, this is my fit. You know, we just got this in big iota lambda chapter on here. All of that, all of that. You know, I got my brown corduroys on. Love them, love them, love them. Now look at you, Miss Snake Skin.
Yes,
Miss
ma'am.
Body, Miss Glasses.
Let me
see
give you
them
a side
glasses.
profile.
Body,
Uh-oh.
face, hair.
She pushing P.
Ooh, period.
Standing on P.
Okay, let me show you.
Yes.
Because I'm.
The braids are
Ross,
nothing.
y'all.
Yeah.
The braids are
Come on, show me your
nothing.
heart. Show
Come
me
on
your heart
now.
on the side.
You gotta show me. Give me a side profile. Yes.
Y'all can't see the jeans, but the jeans
These
are
are
really
jeans.
cute.
It's giving Cali,
Jeans
Mama
are
Dreams.
really
Mama
Like
Jeans.
a beautiful shades of chocolate. I
Like,
love
Come
that
on now.
for us.
And that's why our theme for the color today was a good nude, like a good
50 Shades of Nude. Ooh.
50 shades.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Of that. All of that. Well, thank you guys for coming. Remember, this is not a show. This is an experience. This is PV Round Table Talk, and we are out. See you next week.
Bye.